There's a reason why some Capricorns walk in silence, while others set the whole world on fire. You've heard it before, Capricorn is the sign of discipline, of ambition, of resilience. But that's only part of the story. The truth, the part they never told you, is this. There isn't just one Capricorn. There are three. And depending on your exact birthday, you were born with a different destiny, a different cosmic coding, and a different power hidden in plain sight. What most people don't know, and what most astrologers won't say out loud, is that every zodiac sign is divided into 3 decans. And these 3 decans act like secret doors, opening completely different chambers of your soul. Each one changes how Capricorn energy moves through you. Each one rewrites the rules of who you are and why you were born. Some Capricorns were born to protect. Some were born to create. And some, they were born to rule from the shadows and reshape the world without making a sound. But here's the real mystery. Most Capricorns never realize which one they are, and they live half of their lives with only a third of their power activated. Until now. Because in this video, we're going to reveal what the ancient astrologers used to whisper about Capricorn behind closed doors. The 3 hidden types of Capricorn, and how your exact birth date reveals the one you were chosen to embody. If you were born between December 22nd and January 20th, I invite you to stay. This is not just a breakdown of traits. It's a mirror. And it's going to show you why your life has always felt a little different. Before we begin, tell me, what's your Capricorn birth date? Write it in the comments below, because the date you were born holds a power only the cosmos understands. And after today, you will too. Let's begin the unraveling. Let's begin with the Guardian of the Sacred Gates. Part 1. The Guardian of the Sacred Gates. You were born at the beginning of Capricorn season, when the veil between the old year and the new is at its thinnest. And that is not a coincidence. If your birthday falls between December 22nd and January 1st, you are part of an ancient lineage. The Guardians. The ones chosen to hold the line between the past and the future. The ones whose silence has more power than another's roar. And yes, you were born with a weight most people will never understand. This isn't just about being responsible or hardworking. Those words are too small for what you carry. Because inside you lives a sacred agreement, a soul contract, that started long before you were born. Many Capricorns in this decan often feel older than their age. Even as children, you were the one who noticed everything. Who stayed quiet while others were loud. Who watched the room. Who felt the energy shift before anyone else said a word. You weren't born into this world to be light and carefree. You were born with a purpose, to protect, to preserve, to build what others cannot even imagine. Saturn, your ruler, sits most powerfully in this first decan. It whispers to your bones. Stay steady. Stay strong. Stay true. And you listen even when it hurts. The weight of wisdom. There's a reason people come to you for advice even when you didn't ask for it. They feel your grounded energy, your sense of calm, your ability to see through storms. To the world, you're the reliable one, the strong one, the pillar. But inside, sometimes you ache. Because holding it all together comes with a price. People assume you don't break, so they never stop to ask if you're hurting. They think you don't need help, so they never offer it. And so, the Guardian walks alone. But here's the part no one talks about. You don't need to be saved. You just want someone who sees the strength you carry, and says, you shouldn't have to carry it all alone. You are the foundation others build upon. In families, you're often the one who keeps traditions alive, who remembers birthdays, takes care of aging parents, or becomes the rock for younger siblings. Not because it's expected, but because something inside you knows it must be done. Your soul recognizes that structure is sacred. And when others fall apart, you stay standing not for yourself, but for those who can't. In careers, you excel in fields that require strategy, ethics, and long-term vision. You're not here for trends. You're here for legacy. The first decan Capricorn is drawn to professions where they can create systems that last: law, government, finance, architecture, spiritual leadership. You don't need the spotlight. You don't chase fame. But you do crave something deeper: respect, integrity, purpose, the sacred solitude. One of your greatest powers is solitude. Not loneliness, solitude. Time alone recharges you. It gives you the space to hear your soul's voice clearly. Others may misread your need for space as coldness, but they don't understand. You retreat not to escape, but to return stronger. Your solitude is your sanctuary. It's where you find your truth. And when you emerge from it, people feel the shift in your presence. A soul bound by duty and grace. You were not born into ease. Many guardians face early life hardships, loss, pressure, or roles that force them to grow up too soon. But those challenges were not punishments. They were preparations. Forging your character, honing your intuition, awakening the voice of Saturn within you. This is why you're drawn to order over chaos, to stillness over noise, to wisdom over popularity. You don't react, you respond. You don't explode, you endure. And in a world that glorifies instant success, you build empires in silence. Emotional world, still waters, deep depths. People often assume you're unemotional. But the truth is, your emotions are oceanic. You just don't display them unless you trust someone completely. When you love forever. But your loyalty must be earned, not assumed. You value emotional safety. You open slowly. But when you do, you offer a kind of love that is unyielding, healing, and pure. Lechen de vida. Your strength is sacred, but you are not here to carry the world alone. Let those who truly see you step closer. Not everyone deserves your silence. But some were born to stand beside you, not behind you. And now, we turn the page. Because not all Capricorns carry shields. Some carry brushes. Let's meet the ones who were born to create the second hidden type of Capricorn. Part 2, the artist of divine beauty. There's something about you that people can't quite name. You're a Capricorn, yes. But not like the others. You carry the same backbone of strength, the same resilience. Yet, there's a softness. A glow. A quiet magic that you don't announce, but it's always there. If your birthday falls between January 2nd and January 11th, you were born under the second decan of Capricorn, where the energy of Saturn intertwines with the grace of Venus. And this changes everything. Because while most people expect Capricorn to be stoic, practical, and reserved, you were born with a secret flame. A creative force. A calling to shape the world not just through structure, but through beauty, emotion, and meaning. You are not just here to build. You are here to inspire. The world may look at you and see a Capricorn. But your spirit walks with artists, dreamers, and divine architects. You are a poet wearing armor. A visionary with a blueprint. And your life, whether you realize it yet or not, is a masterpiece in motion. The second decan of Capricorn is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, creativity, and harmony. When her influence meets Saturn's discipline, something rare is born. The practical creator. The visionary who manifests dreams into form. The artist who knows how to finish what they start. You see, many people have ideas. But few know how to bring them to life. You do. You are drawn to aesthetics, color, sound, texture, design, rhythm. But unlike others who admire beauty for beauty's sake, you feel it. You sense its message. You read between the lines. A song isn't just a melody to you, it's a memory, a lifetime, a soul-opening truth. A piece of clothing isn't just fashion, it's protection, personality, presence. A well-designed room isn't just pleasing, it's emotional equilibrium. You absorb the world emotionally and sensorially, and then, with care, you release it back through what you create. And this creation doesn't always look like traditional art. Some second decan Capricorns are actual artists, painters, musicians, designers. Others are storytellers, coaches, architects, interior healers, spiritual stylists, anything that allows them to combine form with feeling. The key is this. You must create something that feels like you. If not, your soul begins to ache like a song stuck inside that no one else can hear. This ache is familiar, isn't it? Because many of you were taught to suppress this side. Maybe someone told you to be more serious. Or that your dreams were too big, too unrealistic. Maybe you were pushed into practicality too soon, forced to silence your inner artist in order to survive. But that voice, that vision, that vibration, it never left. It's just been waiting. Waiting for your permission to re-emerge. Waiting for you to remember. Your creativity isn't a luxury. It's your lifeline. In relationships, your Venusian influence makes you a deeply romantic and soulful partner. You crave beauty not just in the external world, but in connection. You're not satisfied with surface-level love. You want depth, intimacy, inspiration. You feel most alive when your partner speaks your language. Through shared dreams, meaningful conversation, artistic expression, or emotional resonance. And while you give generously, you also need space to recharge. Too much noise, too much emotional clutter can drown your inner signal. So you retreat, but not to disappear. You do it to realign, to remember who you are without the world's voices in your ear. Professionally, you thrive in fields that blend structure with creativity. You may be drawn to fashion, branding, content creation, photography, publishing, healing arts, interior design, or even psychology, any space where you can shape both form and feeling. You are not here to repeat what others have done. You are here to innovate, to beautify, to transform environments into experiences. But be careful, your standards are high, sometimes impossibly so. You want to get it just right, and you often delay launching something out of fear it isn't perfect. But the world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your truth. And your truth, even when messy, is magnetic. Emotionally, you're a strange paradox. You feel deeply, yet often keep those feelings locked inside. You want to be seen, yet fear being misunderstood. You love quietly, but passionately. And when someone finally sees the real you, you become their greatest muse, their sanctuary, their source of light. But if they betray that trust, you close the door. Silently. Fully. Because for you, beauty without truth is a lie. And you won't live in lies. You are a gift to this world, but the world doesn't always know how to receive you. That's okay. You didn't come here to be understood by everyone. You came here to awaken beauty in places that forgot it existed. Life lesson. Your ability to create beauty is a sacred form of survival. You don't have to choose between being strong and being soft. You were born to be both. Your softness is your power. Your art is your armor. And your presence. It changes everything even when you say nothing at all. Now, let us move forward. Because the third and final type of Capricorn does not walk with brushes or shields. They walk with maps, blueprints, and battle plans. Next, we meet the architect of eternal systems, the Capricorn born to master the game from the inside out. Part 3. The architect of eternal systems. You weren't born to chase power. You were born to build it. If your birthday falls between January 12th and January 20th, you are part of the third and final decan of Capricorn, the hidden mind behind the curtain. The chess player in a world full of checkers. The architect who sees 10 steps ahead while others are stuck at step 1. Your gift is not just ambition, it is calculated vision. A rare blend of Saturn's discipline and Mercury's razor-sharp intelligence, forged into one of the most unstoppable forces in the Zodiac. People see you and assume you're just another Capricorn, grounded, hardworking, responsible. They have no idea. Because while other Capricorns are building stone by stone, you're laying out the blueprint for the next decade. You are the strategist. The planner. The one who can walk into chaos and immediately see the underlying system, the flaws, the fixes, and the future path. You don't guess, you analyze. You don't hope, you plan. You don't wait, you execute. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you efficient. And in a world that worships noise, your silence is often your greatest weapon. You're not interested in proving people wrong because you already knew the answer before they finished the question. This kind of mind can be both a blessing and a burden. You see everything, patterns, inconsistencies, facades. You can spot a weak leader from across a boardroom. You can predict a breakup before it begins. You can dismantle a system and rebuild it better if people would just listen. But most don't. Because your mind intimidates. And your presence, calm, direct, unapologetically clear, makes people either gravitate toward you or retreat in fear. That's okay. You were never here to please. You were here to lead. Even if no one realizes it until much, much later. Professionally, you thrive in environments where strategy and structure matter. Fields like law, finance, technology, politics, education, and high-level management often feel like natural terrain. You are the person who sets the agenda, not just follows it. You instinctively know how to allocate time, energy, and resources. You are obsessed with optimization, not for vanity, but because inefficiency offends your soul. You work best when you are trusted to run the long game. Micromanagement kills your spirit. You don't just want to complete tasks, you want to design the entire system. In relationships, you are deliberate and cautious. You don't open quickly. You don't fall for empty words or grand gestures. You measure loyalty over time, through actions, integrity, and follow-through. But once someone earns your trust, you become one of the most loyal, protective, and strategically supportive partners anyone could ask for. You won't write love poems, you'll build a 5-year plan for your partner's business. You won't flood someone with compliments, but you'll ensure they're never unprepared, unprotected, or unseen. This is how you love, with strategy, strength, and structure. But here's your hidden challenge: perfectionism. You set high standards, not just for yourself, but for those around you. You expect others to meet you at your level, and when they don't, disappointment builds. It's not that you're cold. It's that you've seen how good things could be, and anything less feels like wasted potential. This can make you critical, even if your intentions are noble. And while your mind never stops, the price of that brilliance is mental exhaustion. You must remember, not everyone thinks like you. And not every problem is yours to solve. Sometimes, stepping back is smarter than pushing forward. Emotionally, you are more sensitive than people realize, but your emotions are filtered through logic. You process feelings intellectually first, analyzing them before deciding if they're worth expressing. This protects you, but can also make people think you're detached. You're not. You're just too busy thinking 3 moves ahead to get caught up in emotional drama. You value independence, privacy, and mental stimulation. Small talk drains you. Gossip bores you. But deep conversations about growth, legacy, or philosophy, that's your playground. And perhaps the most misunderstood part of you is your relationship with solitude. You don't just enjoy being alone. You thrive in it. Because in solitude, you sharpen your mind. You sort your systems. You plan your next rise. Some people need applause. You need clarity. And in silence, you hear the voice that guides you best, your own. You were born to go the distance. You think in decades, not days. You build slowly, but everything you build lasts. People will forget the fast talkers, but they will never forget the one who quietly reshaped the game while everyone else was distracted. That's you. Life lesson. You are not here to be understood quickly. You are here to create structures that others will live inside for years to come. Don't shrink to be liked. Don't dim your mind to fit in. Your strategic thinking is your genius, and your silence is not emptiness. It's power. And now, the circle is complete. 3 Capricorns. 3 destinies. 1 soul, split into chapters by the stars. Which one are you? Let us know in the comments and claim the power that was hidden inside your birthday all along. Final message: what the mountain left behind. You came here searching for answers. But deep down, a part of you always knew. You've never been like the rest. Even among Capricorns, the most resilient sign of the zodiac, your energy felt different. Now you know why. Whether you are the guardian, the artist, or the architect, you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to carry something sacred. A legacy. A system. A vibration. A responsibility. And it wasn't random. Your birthdate was not an accident. It was a signature. Written by the stars. Signed by Saturn. Witnessed by your soul. This is why life has felt heavier for you. More structured. More demanding. But also more purposeful. Capricorn isn't here for chaos. Capricorn is here to build the bridge between heaven and earth. And now that you know your hidden type, the next question is, what will you build with it? If this message spoke to you, don't let it vanish into the noise. Comment your birth date below and tell us, which Capricorn type are you? Let's awaken the others who carry your energy. And if you're ready to unlock more Zodiac secrets the world was never meant to know, subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed now, because the mountain has only just begun to speak.